Say hi YouTube. Say welcome to the channel. We're gonna be talking about morning routines today. Eh? Because you're usually a part of them.
Won't you take me home and give me wings to fly? We can be alone in the castle in the sky. We can run away and leave this world behind. Please just take me home to a castle in the sky. Castle in the sky. Won't you take me We can run away and leave this world behind. Please just take me home to a castle in the sky. Won't you take me home and give me wings to fly? We can be alone in the castle in the sky. We can run away and leave this world behind. Please just take me home to a castle in the sky. Castle in the sky. Won't you take We can run away and leave this world behind. Please just take me home to a castle in the
What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. On today's video, we are going to be going over my morning routine. I get, as a life coach, as a business coach, that is something that I kind of get asked a lot, like what are the routines that you usually follow to stay productive? A lot of people know me as someone who's like the Energizer Bunny, right? Like I can do 1,000,001 things in a day and still somehow find energy and be able to show up with like the high vibes and high energy on my social media. And a lot of people just don't understand how that can happen. So when it comes to my morning routines, it's like a non-negotiable for me. Routines, like as humans, we crave routines. Like think about children, think about kids, think about babies, think about being, in school, grade school, high school, college, university. Like we thrive off routines because it allows us to feel in control of our schedules and the things that we're doing on a day-to-day basis. And when we are out of routine, that can cause a lot of things. Like it can cause, again, low productivity, low energy, high stress, and especially with a global pandemic, you can only imagine we are way out of routines. Even for us as entrepreneurs, like me as an entrepreneur, I am still out of routine. I'm not able to go to the gym. I'm not able to, go to the beach, hang out with friends. And I can only imagine for those of you who have kids or have your 9-to-5s where you have lived your life a certain way for years, and then now out of nowhere, just like that, all your routines are just all over the place. You're feeling just out of control. And as humans, like we like being in control. That's why having those routines help, because we know, okay, I need to wake up at this time, I need to bring my kids to school, I need to go do this and that. And so what I want to encourage you during this time, because as we know, we're going to be we're going to be safe at home for the next month at least. And so with that being said, a lot of us are out of routine, don't have anything that we're following, and so we have all this extra time. And I've noticed that a lot of people are just bored at home, or they're just stuck in their thoughts and really feeling debilitated because life as they know it has just changed, and it's changed for a lot of us. So anyways, before I continue rambling on, I wanted to share with you my morning routine. I just want to put a disclaimer out there. My morning routine is my morning routine. It's what works for me. So take what you like and try to implement it for yourself. But at the end of the day, every person's routine looks different because you wake up differently, your lifestyle's different. Don't try to follow my entire routine and then beat yourself up if you're not able to follow through with it. Even for example, like this morning, I woke up late and then I had coaching calls, which means that I had to do a shortened version of my morning routine. And so instead of like the whole, like maybe like hour or so, it only took me like 15 minutes and I got the most important things done. So I just want you to know, like, everything in life can be changed, and you know, it changes as you evolve. And anyways, let's get started. The first thing I do is my phone is charged outside. So I don't charge my phone inside my room. I think there's like stats that say like you shouldn't have your phone within like 3 feet or something of your brain, because you know, waves and whatnot. My alarm will go off and then I will go outside and turn it off because I'm in a house with other people, so I can't really just leave that running. Right when I turn the alarm off, that's when I naturally will go and open up my blinds, and I'm like half awake, half asleep, whatever. I go straight to the bathroom, go to potty, and then that's when I wash my face. So I have an amazing skin routine now using Monat, and so I go through my entire skin routine, I brush my teeth, and then so by then I'm pretty awake. From that point, I will walk right back to my bedroom, and then I'll get in bed and I will actually do a hypnosis. So for those of you who don't know, I am actually a certified hypnotherapist, and it's not, hypnotherapy isn't like what you see in the movies where I'm gonna put a pendulum in front of your face and then hypnotize you and then make you like go do some bad stuff. That's not it. Hypnotherapy is actually really transformative and really healing, because what it does is it allows me to be able to talk directly to your subconscious mind. So your subconscious mind is also called the unconscious, which is honestly responsible for like 99.996% of your reality. So what happens is, because it has such a driving force for like what actually happens in your life, a lot of us neglect our subconscious mind and we don't actually work on it. And so with hypnotherapy, you know, I get to talk directly to your subconscious. You know, if you want to lose weight, if you want to quit smoking, using hypnotherapy, it just helps make the process a little bit easier, because it's rewiring things deeper than just like, okay, like go train or go eat healthy. Does this make sense? If this doesn't make sense and you want me to do a longer video on like hypnotherapy and examples of it, just let me know and I'll just do another video on it. Anyway, so I do hypnosis, and that's usually about 14 minutes. And then from the hypnosis, that's when I wake up and I go straight into like journaling, morning routine. So I have 3. And again, like I said, you don't have to do all of them. First thing that I do is I log down and write down when I sleep or when I wake up, just because I track honestly everything that I do. I track my sleep, I track, you know, when I walk my dog, I track when I call people. This is really how I allow myself to kind of stay on top of my schedule and stay productive, because when I notice that there's too much sleep or there's too much empty space, then that kind of goes and tells me, okay, like we need to reevaluate some things here. And then I go into my 5-second journal, and this is actually backed by science. So the way that they have created this is all based on, I think, human psychology is what I've read. So the cool part about this is that it gets you to start off with like how you feel, right? And as humans, we have been, I feel like in society, we have been taught to not feel our feelings. You know what I mean? Like we've been taught to suppress it. Like, oh, you're anxious? Just move on. Oh, you're fearful? Just push it away. But what I like about this is that it makes you acknowledge what you're feeling. And guess what? Like as humans, like everything we ever do is based off like feelings and emotions, right? Like if we're happy, like, you know, we do like good things. If we're angry or we're sad, like, you know what I'm talking about, right? So I think this just really forces you to realize like, okay, if you're waking up and you're feeling depleted, like why are you feeling depleted? So it's really making you come to terms with why you're feeling a certain type of way. And then from there, it kind of helps you problem solve, like how can I feel more energized? And then what is my top project? So this is really important because I feel like a lot of us, when we create to-do lists for ourselves and we create projects, we put too much on our plate, and then we end up feeling so discouraged that we didn't get everything done, and we feel more like a failure and more disappointed in ourselves, when reality we could have just been a little bit more realistic with our schedule. And then it says one small action that I can move forward and what I'm grateful for. So I will do this, and then I usually do a brain dump, which means that the night before I will just write out my entire schedule for the next day. And then in my morning routine, what I'll do is I'll look at the schedule, read it over. If I notice that the times have shifted, then I'll just kind of move things around. This way, at least I know, okay, this is my game plan for the day. And then after that is when I go into journaling. So I always journal, I try to journal every day, and it's really honestly just writing out anything and everything. And my goal is just to try to fill an entire page of just thoughts, like anything that I want to talk about. Sometimes in one given page I can be talking about like 6 or 7 or 8 different things. I feel like we don't really spend time acknowledging what thoughts are happening in our head, and we spend so much time just like marinating in our thoughts. Like before bed or in bed, you're just constantly thinking about the same thing over and over again. But being able to write it down on paper makes you kind of like come to terms with those thoughts, whether they're both good or bad, right? If they're good thoughts, and a lot of times it's, you know, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, and it's like it's in paper, and all those amazing ideas actually now can be implemented. But if it's like, you know, not so great things like negative or bad feelings, then at least you can write those down and kind of acknowledge them. And as you're writing it down, really, it's almost like a way of self-coaching, I find, for journaling. And then in the back, I will do something called CTFAR model, which is also called the self-coaching model. And that's something that I teach, you know, my clients, and I actually did a free mindset training that I mentioned in the previous video. So if you want access to this self-coaching model training, which was amazing, freaking amazing, then let me know, and I'd love to send that to you. It's completely free. My clients pay lots of money for this training, but I just wanted to kind of give back during this time, and there was nothing better that I thought of than an amazing mindset like formula tool that you can use every single day to really continue improving and working on your mental health. After that, or actually before all of that, this is after my hypnosis. So after my hypnosis, I will then go into pulling oracle cards. So oracle cards are different from tarot cards because oracle cards are kind of like the big picture. It's like the entire meal, whereas tarot cards are like the individual ingredients that make up the whole meal. So I like the oracle cards because I feel like it's just really self-explanatory. It really gives me spiritual guidance every single day, and this is how I improve my spiritual health. As someone who is Buddhist, this stuff isn't really too woo-woo to me. I think I've already grown up with so many spiritual teachings, and this just allows me to improve my spiritual health in ways outside of Buddhism. When I'm at home with my family in Canada, I do a lot of traditions, as in like going to temples and praying and seeing our family monk. But when I'm here in LA, I'm kind of by myself and I don't go to temples, and so this is just my little way of still being spiritually connected, if that makes any sense. I love you so much, and this has been a really long video, so I'm hoping that you enjoyed. I'm filming this at like midnight because I got a deadline to send this video to my video editor to make sure that it's up on time, and that's one of the commitments that I've made, is that it might be messy and I might sound like a bleh, but I just want to make sure that I'm getting content out here consistently, because I know that so many people need the things that I have to say. So I love you so much. I hope you enjoyed this lower body workout video. And again, if there is anything that you would like to see on my channel, see me talk about, teach about, do trainings on, let me know. At this point, I'm kind of just going with what I think people need. So please let me know if there's anything that you want me to talk about. I want to know what you guys like. So I love you so damn much. Thank you so much for watching. If you found any parts of this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, do the damn thing. Love you. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll catch you next week. So I was in the middle of doing my morning routine, and then I hear music blaring, and I thought it was my aunt, and I was like, this is not what they usually listen to. And look,